You're watching the official Blueface and Chrisean Crazy in Love after show. I'm so excited to have you guys joining me. Go ahead and get settled in. You're in for a treat. We're talking all things Blueface and Chrisean Crazy in Love, Season 2, Episode 4. Are you ready? Because you better believe we're going to talk about it. Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button right below this video down there and turn on your post notifications so you never miss a beat. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can do so by clicking the thumbs up button right below this video. When you click the thumbs up button, that is your way of showing support. You can also support by donating to the channel. I will put in the description below links available for you to donate using PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. You can also donate using YouTube's way called Super Thanks. Just be mindful that YouTube does take 50% of the money that you guys tip creators here on YouTube. That's why I give alternative links for those who want to donate through Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. Last but not least, join the conversation. I want to hear what you guys have to say about episode 4. And baby, was there a lot going on that we have to talk about? Let's get started. So this whole Chrisean getting an abortion has been a big topic of conversation. We've seen Chrisean's family has flown into town. Her mother's there. Both of her sisters are there. Her stepdad is there. And Chrisean's mom does not like the fact that Chrisean is contemplating getting an abortion. Her mother has birthed 12 children, including Chrisean. So Chrisean has 11 brothers and sisters. So she does not believe in taking the route of abortion. And this episode begins with them at the doctor's office, and they're leaving the doctor's office, and we see the mother trying to claw her way to Chrisean as Chrisean's sister and friend holds the mother back. The mother is trying to talk Chrisean out of this whole abortion thing, and Chrisean is simply not wanting to hear it. And we see the oldest sister pull the mother aside and talk to her about letting it go, eventually letting it go. I think the mother has good intentions. She has pure intentions. It's just that Chrisean is over it at this point and does not want to hear it anymore. And Tessa, the sister, tells the mom, look, Chrisean is a grown woman. She's going to make her own decisions. You're going to push her away by constantly trying to tell her what to do with her life. At the end of the day, we all make mistakes. We all sin. And, this is no different. She tells her mom, some people are pro-life, some people are pro-choice, and we have to accept that, which is the truth. And to me, the oldest sister is the one out of the entire family that seems like has the most sense. I don't know if that's just me, but what she said is right. It might be sad. But the reality is, if Chrisean chooses to have an abortion, that's her decision, right? That's her right. That's her decision. I'm keeping zipped on it. I'm not a female. I can't get pregnant, as I've said in the past. So I kind of leave my opinion out of those things. As I told y'all in the past, in the last video we did, do I agree with her getting an abortion at 5 months pregnant? No. But I don't have a say. Now, after this whole doctor's appointment thing, Blueface and Chrisean head to a high school to do a performance. And I'm shocked in a way that a school would approve Blueface and Chrisean as performers. You know what I'm saying? This is not the best example I think I would want to set for high schoolers. Now, granted, Blueface and Chrisean, their target audience is probably high school kids. High school kids are listening to their music, early 20s. So, of course, these kids know who they are. I just wouldn't expect a school administration to hire them, pay them to perform for students. I could see a college doing it. Colleges a lot of times hire these different artists, these more mature artists, to come to their campus and perform. But I've never seen a high school do anything like this, Because I personally wouldn't want my child to act like Blueface and Chrisean. Just saying. Just saying. Now, Chrisean comes out, she performs, it's a vibe. Blueface comes out and performs, and I can't help but think that Chrisean really does up Blueface's stock. Seriously. Let's just say there was no Chrisean and Blueface showed up to perform at this high school. I don't think he would have gotten the reception that he got had Chrisean not been tied to him. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think Blueface would be as big as he is now had he not been for Chrisean. As we've said before, Blueface was big when Tatiana came out, and then he fell off. We didn't hear shit. He got back into the spotlight when he and Chrisean stayed in the blogs, stayed in the media for their constant fighting and the constant drama. So therefore, I think if you take Chrisean out of the situation, out of the equation, I don't think Blueface would really be, you know, I don't think high school kids would be screaming over him the way they were. Let's just say that. I don't think he would have gone any further than Tatiana had it not been for Chrisean. And bless his heart, he wasn't even on sync. Did y'all see him performing at that high school? I don't know if the music was off. I don't know what happened, but like he was performing and the words were off. Because he had the backtrack playing. He had the song playing, but he was rapping over the song. But the words were just off. I don't know. Child, anybody can be famous today's world. Anybody can rap. Anybody can talk on a beat and be famous tomorrow. It was a hot mess. Okay. Now, after their performance, they are having a family dinner at home, a joint family dinner. It's supposed to be Chrisean's family. It's supposed to be Blueface's family. Everybody's supposed to come together, and they're supposed to have this family dinner. Now, before the dinner can even get started, Chrisean and her mom are still bickering. This whole abortion thing has really created this cycle of conversation that doesn't really want to die down. I don't think the mother is going to give up on the fact that Chrisean is going to abort her child. I think she's going to continue to be in her ear until, Chrisean decides not to. And in a way, I don't blame the mother. She wants to meet her grandchild. And two, her daughter is so far along, I think had Chrisean been, a month, 2 months pregnant, maybe even 3 months pregnant, the mom may have been on board with the abortion. But I think the 5-month pregnant thing was like what really was difficult for the mother. Because if I had a girl that I had gotten pregnant and she wanted to get an abortion and she was 5 months pregnant, I personally wouldn't be comfortable with it as the father, unless there was like some sort of medical complications or something like that. I wouldn't want to do that at 5 months pregnant because I can see my child smiling in an ultrasound. I can hear its heartbeat, So her and her mom are bickering. And like I said, I think the mom means well. She's just starting to irritate Chrisean at this point. Now, when your parent tries to tell you something that you already know, but you don't want to hear it, and you're like, I know. That's kind of how I feel like Chrisean is coming off at this moment. Now, Blue's mom, Carlissa, is outside of the house, and she can hear the arguing that's going on inside, and she never even goes in the house. She doesn't go in and greet Chrisean. She doesn't go in and greet Chrisean's family. She's pretty much outside communicating with producers, and she's like, Chrisean doesn't need to be screaming like this. Chrisean doesn't need this type of stress when she's pregnant. Carlissa asked the producers, can y'all calm her down? And the producers at this point are trying to get Carlissa to stay because apparently she's been outside waiting for like an hour on Blueface to show up. Because apparently he's not showing up to this family dinner. And my thing is, why did y'all have Carlissa outside waiting for an hour? Why couldn't she come in the house and talk to Chrisean? Because at one point, Carlissa asked the producer, can you get Chrisean and bring her outside so she can talk to me? We never see that footage, but we see Carlissa ask the producer, why did Carlissa never go in the house and wait for Blueface? Why did she have to wait out in the parking lot? Did she choose to do that? Or did Chrisean not want her to come in the house? Did the family not want her in the house? So many questions. This is why I wish we had confessionals. This is why I wish we had interviews, so some of this stuff could be explained, because we're watching like, what the fuck is going on here? Carlissa's ready to go at this point. She said she wants to talk to Blueface, but nobody can reach him. He's not answering his phone. He knows he's supposed to meet and do this dinner. And after waiting for an hour, Carlissa finally decides to leave. And I'm upset because I was looking forward to this family dinner. We never get any more scenes out of this show other than Blueface and Chrisean arguing, Blueface and her mom arguing. I mean, we get Blueface and Chrisean arguing, we get Chrisean and her mom arguing in a separate scene, or we might get Carlissa and Blueface arguing in a separate scene. We've yet to see the family come together and try to talk it out and try to discuss the issues. So I was looking forward to that, and it's like, really, Blueface, for you not to show up? Really? This is your job, you know? If you and I didn't show up to our job, we don't get paid, right? Zeus ought to hold his motherfucking check. Where are you, Blue? Where are you? Now, back inside, Chrisean and her sister, her annoying-ass sister, Toshiki, or whatever her name is still at odds. And they both feel like that each of them disrespect one another. Well, you both do. And the problem is, both of y'all can't shut up for 5 seconds to listen to the other and hear what the other needs. It's just constant back and forth. Nobody's listening. I feel like that's the problem. Nobody's listening. And I also feel like they're both so much alike. And that's another problem, that their personalities clash. Not only do they look just the fucking like, they act just alike too, which is a big problem, and that causes them to clash. Now, Chrisean's stepdad that's there is feeling his Hennessy, okay? He drinking Hennessy, he's feeling himself, and he starts to get upset, and he gets a little, gets a little loud, and he's like, what's the fucking problem? Let's solve the issue here. What's the problem? He did get a little loud. It was a little bit like, whoa, calm down now, bro. But I think his intentions, just like the mother's, is pure. He doesn't want to see his family arguing. He wants them all to get along. It was just the delivery that was kind of like, all right, bro, chill on the Hennessy, because you're doing a little much. It came off the wrong way, you know? Now, Chrisean's friend that is there, I forget her name. The friend that's there that went with her to the doctor, pretty much been on every episode so far. I forget her name, but I have to give her points. I have to give her props, because the friend pretty much has proven everything that I have said about Toshiki in a way. If y'all remember last week, I told y'all Toshiki is a clout chaser. She loves the cameras. She's doing things for cameras, because at one point last episode, remember, she looked at the camera and she said, I want y'all to get this on camera right now. And she apologized to Chrisean, and Chrisean was like, fuck the cameras. What does the cameras have to do with anything? So the sister calls this out on this episode. And the sister tells Toshiki, everybody is talking about how you're acting like this is baddies. And it's not. This is family. And I'm like, can we please let the friend be a full-time cast member? Can we please get the friend a contract and a paycheck? Because the friend is speaking straight facts. Okay? See, I knew I wasn't the only one who felt like the sister was doing the most for clout and the cameras. I knew I wasn't the only one that felt that. If me as a viewer felt that, imagine being there and watching it all go down, unedited, right? The sister, she plays for the cameras. She's clout chasing. She's thirsty. She's living in her sister's shadow. And then she sits back and plays stupid when the friend calls her out on it. The friend calls her out and says, this is not baddies. This is your family. Why are you throwing shit at people? Why are you trying to fight your sister? This is not baddies, bad girls club. This is your fucking family. And then Tashiki's sitting there like, what? What are you talking about? What do you mean? You know exactly what she's talking about. You've got an audience and you're trying to put on a show and you will sell your family out for $1.50 and 10 minutes on TV. Let's call a spade a spade. It is what it is. Like, she can play dumb all day long, but I see straight through the facade. I do. You got this fake tension. You got this fake anger towards your sister just so you can put on a show and show out because you want to be on Baddies so bad. And then she got her wish, because if you haven't watched my Baddies East cast reveal video, go check that out after this, where we break down who all is going to be a part of Baddies East. And one of those cast members is Chrisean's sister. What in the hell did we do to deserve putting up with Chrisean's sister for 15 episodes? I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. You should be kissing Chrisean's feet, because that's the only reason you made the show, because you're Chrisean's sister. And I hope that one of these girls on Baddies East calls you out for it and says, you don't deserve to be here, because you don't, Tashiki. You don't deserve to. I hope I'm saying her name right. You don't deserve to be on Baddies. You don't. You got a spot because of who your sister is. Okay? And never forget. You took Chrisean Rock out of the situation. Y'all think that girl would be on Baddies East? Hell no. She's a thirsty clout chaser. She's going to be the biggie of the season. Mark my words. Tashiki is going to be the biggie of the season. She's going to be the one that is going to annoy the hell out of y'all every episode because she's so thirsty for attention. Now, listen. I agree with the stepdad here. He may be drunk. He may be a little bit on 10. But what he said was truth, especially there at the end. He said, we're beating a dead horse. Why are we still talking about this shit? Get over it and move on. Can we please talk about something else? That's what the stepdad keeps saying. And I'm with him. I'm with him. Like, can we shut the fuck up? Because this whole episode, actually the last 3-4 episodes have been about this abortion and then Chrisean versus her sister. Can we move on, please? Now, if y'all notice too, one thing I observed, last week, Chrisean, while she was hollering and screaming and crying, I don't want to be famous anymore. Well, she woke up and she rethought that real quick, right? Because you still filming this show. If you didn't want to be famous, you would have said, fuck this show. Fuck LA. Fuck this mansion. Blueface, I want to move. And because here's the thing. I felt sorry for Chrisean when she was saying she didn't want to be famous anymore, but at the same time, I don't feel sorry for her because, yes, it may seem easier said than done to just be like, well, don't be famous anymore. But all she got to do, pack your bags and move to a small town in Maryland. Where are you from? Aren't you from Boston? Okay, go move to a small town that's got 10,000 people in Maryland, and I promise you, boo, we'll forget about you in 2 or 3 years. Hell, not even 2 or 3 years. Give us 6 months to a year. We'll be done forgot about you, and you can live your normal life like the rest of us in a small town where nobody knows who you are. But that's not going to happen. Why? Because you secretly do love being famous, so stop. Now, that scene in the kitchen with Chrisean cooking breakfast, where she was making the bacon and egg and cheese sandwich or whatever, and Blueface is just sitting there smoking the hell out of weed like he always does. That scene was very telling to me, and I'll tell you why. Because that scene was very telling because if you watch, and it's like, what, a 5-minute scene, they look so miserable with one another. Not one time do we see them smile. Chrisean's in there cooking and just frowning. Blueface is sitting back smoking himself to death. trying to mask the pain of being so unhappy. There's no happiness. You know, most relationships, when you care about somebody and you love somebody and you're cooking breakfast for them and it's morning, you're smiling, good morning, babe, mwah, kisses, it's all love, right? And she's pregnant. This should be really the time where he walks in, rubs her belly. Good morning, babe. What'd you cook for breakfast? We sit down. We talk about what we're going to do for the day. You know, there's just no love or positivity or happiness that exuded from that scene. And I think that speaks volumes about their relationship, honestly. And this is the perfect example of money and fame does not buy happiness. I would rather be in a small little house or a trailer or whatever in the middle of nowhere making $500 a week and happy by myself than to be living in a mansion with all the money and access in the world but living with somebody that I can't stand, okay? And miserable. Now let's talk about the scene of them in the car. There's a scene of them in the car driving to get a lie detector test, right? They cruising, they chilling, they driving, right? And Blueface looks like he's driving every bit of 100 miles an hour down the 30 whatever freeway it is in LA. He is flying because we see the footage of him, and I mean cars are just like he's flying, and you just see cars fume, 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 fume as he's flying by. Meanwhile, Chrisean is in the passenger seat, pregnant. Let's not forget that little important information. Pregnant in the passenger seat, looking scared to death, like in the car, like this. And him, I'm like, what is wrong with this man? This ain't nothing but a big boy in a man's body. Seriously, he is so immature and childish. Like, why are you endangering you and your girlfriend and your unborn child? Flying 100 miles an hour. Now, if you would have got pulled over going that fast with that child in the back, what is that? Child endangerment? There's some kind of charge. You're going to get a ticket and a charge. Have your balls dropped yet, Blueface? I'm just curious. Because you still act like you're fucking 16 years old. Now, they arrive to take this lie detector test. And one of the questions that the lie detector guy asks Blue is if he loves rock or not. He says yes. The lie detector determines that's the truth. Chrisean then asks Blueface if he believes that this is his baby. Blueface says no, but the lie detector determined that it was a lie. So he does believe that this is his baby. He's just putting on this front and this persona. But I don't get it. Why are you putting her through this if you do believe it's your baby? I don't get, why would you torment your girl? Why would you shame her and embarrass her in front of the whole world if you do believe that this is your child? There's only one explanation for it that I can think of. And the only reason I could think as to why Blueface accuses her of cheating on him and having a baby outside of him is because he's trying to cover up his own dirt. Anytime you know you haven't cheated, let me put y'all on some game for those who don't know. Some of y'all may already know this, but if those who don't, the youngins out there, if you're in a relationship and you know that you don't do anything, you know you're faithful, you know you're loyal, you know you come home every night from work, you don't cheat, but your partner constantly accuses you of cheating, and you're like, I don't do anything. Why are you accusing? It ain't because he loves you. It's because he is cheating, and he or she, whatever, he or she is doing dirt, and they feel guilty about it, and it's weighing on their conscience. And they feel like, well, if I'm cheating, she's got to be cheating too. That's the only other explanation I can come up with. Oh, another thing that I wanted to bring up to y'all that I noticed. And no, we've always known that Chrisean has Blueface tatted on her body, right? She's got his face tattooed right here on her neck. But not only that, and if you ever notice, she's got Jonathan tattooed right here as well. Well, I thought that was the only two tattoos. No, she's got his face here. She's got Jonathan here. She's got Jonathan here. She's got Jonathan here. I'm like, this girl is a stage 20 clinger. She is obsessed. Rock, if Blueface ever left Rock, I would be concerned for his well-being. Because Chrisean seems like the type that she would show up outside your window with a butcher knife like this. Take me back. Like, that's a crazy bitch. And that's 4 that we know of. 4 tattoos that we know of. Where else is his name or his face? Like, Chrisean, it's not a good look, baby girl. It's giving straight up obsessed. Alexa, play Obsessed by Mariah Carey. It's not a good look. One of the questions in the lie detector test, Chrisean asked Blueface if he would ever have a threesome with her. He says yes. The lie detector test determined that was the truth. Yes, Chrisean, he'd have a threesome with you, but the gag is it would have to be another man in the picture, not another woman. But that's not a gag for Chrisean because Chrisean knows what her man likes, right? Allegedly. That's a whole other video, child. That's a whole other video. Now, Blueface asked Chrisean if she's been with anybody else in 2023. And baby, Chrisean is giving guilty in her response. She's giggly. She's nervous. She doesn't want to answer it. She keeps saying, wait. Do it over again. Do it over again. Chrisean, you been fucking? You been fucking somebody else that's not Blueface? And based off of next week, it looks like she failed. Because Blueface's reaction tells me everything I needed to know. And in the next week's preview, he also says he made her a household name. And that kind of, vindicated the way I felt that Blueface is jealous of Chrisean's success. The fact that he told her he made her a household name. No, baby, Chrisean made you a household name. Because you had fell off. Nobody was thinking of Tatiana like they were back in 2018. You fell off, mama. Chrisean made you a household name. Don't get it twisted. I really think he's jealous of the success that Chrisean has gotten. That's just my truth, my opinion. And that should have been one of the lie detector test questions. If I was Chrisean, I would have said, are you jealous of my success? The lie detector determined that that's the motherfucking truth. Right? Anyway, I want to hear what you guys thought about this episode. So make sure you jump down there in the comments and leave me your thoughts and opinions on everything you thought from episode 4. What do you guys think about this whole abortion situation? And what do y'all think about Chrisean's sister, Tashiki? Do you feel like she's thirsty for attention? Are y'all excited about seeing her on Baddies? Or do you just think she's a concerned sister? I want to hear all your thoughts. Make sure you put those in the comments below. Join the conversation. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel by clicking that subscribe button right below, turning on your post notifications so you never miss a beat. Last but not least, show your support by liking this channel. Click that thumbs up button. It's right below this video if you don't know where it's at. When you click that thumbs up button, that is your way of supporting the channel. Also, you can support by donating. When you donate to the channel, that helps us grow over here. You can donate by using Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. I will put all the links in the description below. Also, you can donate with YouTube. YouTube has a way that you can donate called Super Thanks. That is your way of tipping us YouTube creators. Just be mindful that anything that you tip us, YouTube will take 50% of the commission, which is why I put alternative links in the description for those who want to donate that way. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode. And we'll see you next time on Damien After Dark. See ya.